Hello again and welcome back to another video. This is quite a quick one. This is just an overview of how to get the lens element out, or the front lens element out of a Minolta 7S. You may remember this one. This was the one that I had that was damaged in transit, and it's in a various state of disassembly. The main part is a ring like this that would sit in here, and that would be screwed in. There's a thread on this. Corresponding thread on the other side. You can see that there, that will focus, and you can see it's got two notches on it, one there and one there. You can use either a lens spanner on or a very fine screwdriver. This just unscrews anti-clockwise, so you take that part off and that will come off, and then underneath that you'll then see there's this front part here where it says Minolta, and it's got the metering sensor at the top. This part also comes out. Now when this comes off, unfortunately with this one the whole thing comes off, there is another threaded part inside of there that just unscrews. You might want to get a lens rubber on that, or some sort of rubber cup. This is a set of lens rubbers, just different cones, very grippy. And you can use those to take that part off. So this part will lift out. This whole front end on this is quite loose, but you'll see that this part will come out. It does have the ASA dial that does poke through. So this part is a bit stuck in this one, but this part will come out. Be careful of the wires that come back in for the metering. This part would just be sat there. You can see that this is the ASA selector down here, just slots through this ASA hole at the bottom. The sensor always goes at the top, so that part comes out. And once you've got that off, you don't really need to take anything else off. You can just unscrew the front lens element. Ideally you'd put gloves on so as to not mark the front lens element, but this just unscrews anti-clockwise. Don't need to disassemble the camera any further. It's got quite a fine thread on it, so you just keep turning and turning and turning. And eventually you can see that there is the shutter blades in there. It's a leaf shuttered camera, so there's a leaf shutter. And this is the front lens group. I don't know whether he wants to just clean this part or go in further. If you want to go in further, you can see on this one there is another one of these little clips with these little, there's an indentation there and a corresponding one on that side. You really need to get a lens tool, which is a lens spanner, has like a little claw on there and a little claw on there, and you would unscrew that one again, and then that would get you actually into the elements that are in this part. You may need to use some acetone. The easiest way of getting that is nail polish remover. They might put a locking compound on there, which is usually something a bit like nail varnish, and you just put that on with a cotton bud or a Q-tip. Just gently apply some of that, and that will dissolve anything that they've used as a locking mechanism in there, enabling you to clean the lenses. This one isn't too bad. You could do with a wash. Remember, deionized water, cotton buds, a quarter of the lens at a time. Don't get it too wet. But this might well come apart even further. I would suspect it probably does. Same on the back here. You can see there's a slot there and a slot there. But hopefully this is enough that you can get in and clean the lens elements out. So that's the lens element. If you want to look into it further, then you've got the this metal part here, which is just screwed in. You can take that part, comes off, and then behind that you have your aperture and your shutter speed selectors, and you'll see how these fit in. This one has a cutaway, it just slots into there, so that turns and selects whatever this one is. That's going to be the aperture, the shutter speed. It also displays the EV value. And then behind that you've got this one, which is going to be the that sits on there like so and adjusts the aperture there. So that is your aperture ring. And then behind that you have this little piece of metal that comes around the outside. This covers the I think that's a self timer actually, where it says V. When we say X and M, V is a self timer. This just sits around here. You've got a PC connector for flash on this side. So this is just like a vanity plate that just sits around there like so. And again that goes over the self timer and just fills that gap and makes it look nicer. So that can come off, and then you're really into the gubbins of it. There's the focusing, you can see it moving backwards and forwards. It's a problem with this one, the spacers are damaged here, the spacers are broken off, so I need to replace those spacers and then reassemble the front end. To get to the back elements you'd have to go in through the back. But yeah, that's how that's what the front part of a Minolta 7S looks like. Hope you found that useful. Quite easy to get the front lens assembly out. And then like I say, it's just a matter of disassembling it. And then yeah, this goes on right the way around that way. Quite fiddly. You have to be able to sort of hold multiple bits, and you can always do with 3 hands. So that bit would go on there, and this bit would sit around there like so. That part goes on. The only part you really need to get out is this front part here to get the lens group out. That's the vanity band for it. There's another little vanity band that goes further back into the camera.